Hey you guys, it's your local home gal, Ariel Pinto. I'm here to talk to you today about the top 5 misconceptions sellers have about working with real estate agents. One of the biggest misconceptions that I hear is that agents just stick a sign in the yard, they list it in the MLS, and then they wait. They wait for buyers to come. And that's just simply not true. In this market, it's almost impossible to sell a house that way. In fact, if you don't have good online and offline exposure, agent to agent networking skills, and strategies that get your home seen and exposed to as many viewers and tours as possible, it's true. Your home's probably going to sit on the market longer than necessary. And, well, what's the point in listing it with an agent if you could just sit on the market unnecessarily? A good agent is going to be able to relay their value to you as a seller through their means of communication. That starts with the listing appointment, understanding what methods and what strategies are they going to use to get your marketing to stand out from all the other hundreds of homes that are on the market at the same time as yours. If you wanted to sit on the market, you could do that as a for sale by owner. You probably have already tried. That's probably why you are now considering looking into a real estate agent. But what does that marketing really look like? You need to have solid photography, solid staging advice. You need to make sure that there is both online and offline exposure. And that right there is one of the key values in having a real estate agent. We have more than just a couple of people in our back pocket. We have a wide range, a huge exposure network to all the other agents from our own firms and from other firms. And so if you're interviewing an agent and they don't seem very friendly, I would just skip and move on to the next one because frankly, if an agent isn't going to be agent to agent friendly, that right there could kill an entire deal. Are they willing to host the open houses, the broker opens? Will they go the extra mile if that doesn't work? Will they do the virtual tours? Will they do the virtual open houses? If not, it may be time to look for another agent. It may be time to reconsider who you're talking to. What is their targeted advertising plan and what is their strategy to ensure your home is being viewed and toured by more buyers? Not just more buyers, but the right buyers that are vetted and ready to make offers. I understand. Some of you have had some terrible experiences working with real estate agents, and I really do hate that. I hate to hear it every time I come across a TikTok comment and somebody's ranting and raving about how horrible their real estate agent was. I really do sympathize with you, and I encourage you the next time to interview at least 5 agents. Find out who's going to work best, not just with you, but for you, and really be your advocate. It really does take more than putting a sign in the yard and listing it in the MLS. The second biggest misconception that I specifically hear more FSBOs than anyone say is that I'll be saving money if I don't work with you because I won't be paying your fees. And while I can really respect trying to save money, especially when it comes to the biggest investment of your lifetime, numbers don't lie. And more times than not, sellers will not save money trying to sell their home by themselves. Homes listed with agents, more times than not, sell for more money than the homes listed for sale by owner, and that is just facts. And yes, even after my commission. Agents actually tend to save FSBOs money. Typically speaking, FSBOs don't know how to write contracts and they don't know how to negotiate their deals, leaving them really an easy target for buyers because a buyer's going to walk right in and think that they can bully the FSBO. We help avoid costly mistakes during pricing, contracts, and negotiation periods, which can save FSBOs money at the end of the day, even with our commissions paid. The third misconception that I hear sellers make the most is that all agents are the same, and simply put, I can vouch for it, we are not. Just like in any other profession, agents' experience and their approach is going to vary. The right agent is going to bring proven strategies, local knowledge, and their own spin on expertise to make sure your deal goes exactly how you want, as smoothly as possible for the most money possible with the most amount of offers. Misconception number 4, the market's hot and I don't need an agent. Even in a hot market, you do still need to know how to handle the negotiation and the contracts, especially if you run into multiple offers. It's really easy to run into a situation where one offer may look more appealing than the other and you are more willing to take it right off the bat without much thought behind it, but without the right professional to analyze each offer specifically and break them down for you, it can be a very costly mistake and it can also, well, put you under contract and right back on the market. But by this point, usually you've already gone under contract, pulled your home off the market, so to say. The last thing you want to do is find out after you've already pulled your home off the market and turn down other potentially vetted buyers who are ready to make an offer. The moral of the story, it's very important to hire a real estate agent because we will make sure we're vetting the buyers that come through your home. You don't want just anybody walking through your home. And lastly, number 5, the biggest misconception that I hear from sellers is that they think we are keeping all of their money. That is simply not true. The seller gets to keep the majority of the proceeds. The proceeds are going to be split up among the seller and, yes, whoever is owed money at the closing table. Just like any other professional, us real estate agents do like to get paid for all of that free effort we gave you up front. The marketing and the guidance and the expertise leads to a seller's net payout being significantly more than if they had listed for sale by owner. That's all for today. That was the top 5 misconceptions that I hear the most when talking with sellers about listing their home with real estate agents.